Our thanks to the more than 5,500 of you who are watching along with us live this evening. If you haven't already, you could do us a big favor. Just click that like button and share the stream. Allow some more folks to find their way into this launch coverage in these final few minutes of the count.
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
Good call there on the progress of fueling. We should hear a similar call regarding upper stage liquid oxygen load at around T-minus 2 minutes. And as a reminder for folks, we will have a separate dedicated live stream for the Atlas V rocket launch.
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
Confirmation of upper stage LOX load. Falcon 9 now fully loaded with 1 million pounds of propellant.
Ground gas closeouts.
Good call there. The ground gas closeouts venting, which you can very clearly hear now. SpaceX releases the remaining liquid oxygen from the feed lines there at the pad. Coming up to the final minute of the count as the rocket is about to enter into its automated startup sequence.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
And we are now just awaiting the SpaceX launch director to confirm their status of go for launch.
Launch director, go for launch.
And with that good call, we're going to step back on our commentary, watch along with you, and join you on the other side of liftoff.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go Starlink. Vehicles pitching downrange.
M1D chamber pressures are nominal. Power and telemetry nominal.
Vehicle supersonic.
Now 1 minute into flight, the Falcon 9 rocket traveling faster than the speed of sound and approaching max Q, the point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.
Max Q.
Passing through max Q, the Falcon 9 rocket is throttling back up on the 9 Merlin 1D engines at the base of the booster, Coming up next will be MVAC chill, the thermal conditioning of the Merlin vacuum engine on the rocket's upper stage.
MVAC chill.
And there's that good call out for that milestone. Coming up next, a few events in quick succession here. We'll see first stage main engine cutoff, or MECO. That's about T plus 2 minutes and 26 seconds. That'll be followed by stage separation and then the ignition of that Merlin vacuum engine. The fairing halves will separate nearly 3 minutes into flight. About 10 seconds to MECO.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed. MVAC startup.
Good calls, good visuals from the Falcon 9 onboard cameras. You can actually, looks like, see just a little bit of the plume there off of the engine nozzle as the Falcon 9 upper stage pulls away further from the booster.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And you can see one of those fairing halves making its way back to Earth there. Once back through the atmosphere, the fairings will deploy steerable parachutes, make their way for a soft splashdown in the waters of the Pacific Ocean, a little bit further downrange from where the booster is set to land. Those puffs that you see occasionally, like that, in between the hypersonic grid fins, those are the cold gas thrusters that SpaceX uses to adjust the attitude or positioning of the Falcon 9 first stage. Help make sure it's in the right orientation. Look up through the inner stage there on the left-hand side of your screen. Again, the booster flying today has the tail number of 1100. This will be its 7th flight. And 7th landing coming up, of course.
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
So far, all moving smoothly with this Falcon 9 flight here this evening. The 78th orbital flight for SpaceX so far this year.
Stage 1 transonic.
First stage now traveling below the speed of sound. Landing burn coming up in less than 30 seconds.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Confirmation of the flight termination system being saved on the upper stage. No longer needed at this point in flight.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 terminal guidance.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And a good landing for the 7th time for Booster 1100.
MVAC shutdown.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And with a good engine shutdown and a nominal orbit achieved on the upper stage, that will coast. There will be a brief 1-second burn to circularize the orbit, and the Starlink satellites will be deployed at. And with all that now done and dusted, first want to thank channel member Kelly Jones for a very generous $20 super chat, saying to a successful and fun launch. Certainly was. So let's go ahead and put that in context for our audience here. Talk about the mission stats as they currently stand. With a good liftoff and landing of B-1082. Again, that was its 17th flight. This was SpaceX's 554th Falcon 9 launch to date. The 137th of the year so far. This was SpaceX's 168th orbital launch within that rolling 365 days. The 159th orbital launch for SpaceX from Slick 4 East, and the 227th overall orbital launch from this pad as well. Here's a look at where the bar chart now currently stands. SpaceX 3 missions past its record-setting year, 2024. Moving on to some recovery stats. That was the 161st good landing on the drone ship called Of Course I Still Love You, marking SpaceX's 429th good drone ship landing and the 525th booster landing to date. Finally, with some industry stats, this was the 54th orbital launch from California so far this year, the 144th from U.S. soil, the 157th from U.S. Rocket Company, and the 246th orbital launch around the world. Still just 5 orbital mishaps so far this year. Here's where the pie chart now currently stands. With that, we're going to go ahead and wind things down. Want to quickly thank, though, Deb, one of our channel members, for a $5 super chat. Says, thanks, Spaceflight Now. Thank you, Deb. Good to see you. Thanks for the support. I also want to thank our moderators, Rick Donner and Aussie Space Girl, for holding it down in the live chat, and to Cumulus Granadas for helping answer folks' questions in the chat as well. Big thanks to our